Good morning, children. Now, uh, we have already finished with prose and poetry revision of prose and poetry. So let us move over to grammar. We have got only two topics in grammar. Now that's degrees of comparison and change of voice. Okay, so degrees of comparison. I think all of you have understood what we had done in the previous session on grammar. Okay, so let's have a quick revision of degrees of comparison. Okay, so what's an adjective? It's a word that describes a noun or a noun phrase, or a word that says something about a noun or a pronoun. Okay, now, so adjectives describe a noun or a noun phrase or even a pronoun. Now, most of the adjectives have three different forms to show degrees of comparison. So, we can have positive, comparative, and superlative. Okay, so the positive degree is used to describe one item, group, or person. In the case of comparative degree, it's used to describe two items, groups, or persons, and the superlative degree is used to describe three or more items, groups, or persons. Now, in most of the cases, the comparative and superlative degrees are formed by adding ER or EST to the positive degree. For example, we have the word short. Now, the positive degree here is short. If you add an ER to the positive degree, we have shorter. And if you add EST to the positive degree, we have shortest. So here, the comparative and the superlative degree is formed by adding ER and EST to the positive degree. Now, in most of the other cases, you have to form. Now, it goes against the general rule. So, in most of the cases, like say useful or we have beautiful, etc., it's formed by adding more or most to the positive form. For example, say in the word, say useful, now we have more useful and most useful for comparative and superlative degrees. Is that clear? Now look at the example here. I am as strong as my elder brother. Okay, so this is a positive degree. Now you can have only a comparative degree here. If you have to change the degree, look at the answer. So the comparative degree is my elder brother is not stronger than me. Is that clear, children? Now, look at this second example. Rani is the prettiest girl in the class. Okay, prettiest girl. So there's a superlative degree. Now, here we have both the comparative as well as a positive degree. Look at the example here. Rani is the prettiest girl in the class. So the comparative degree becomes Rani is prettier than any other girl in the class. Then the positive degree will be no other girl in the class is as pretty as Rani. Okay, children. So here I've given you two examples. Okay. So further we have change the voice. Okay, now here change the voice again. We are just revising what you have already done. Okay, so look at this. Transitive verb has two voices, the active and the passive voice. Okay, in the active voice, the subject of the sentence does the action. Look at the example here. John painted the house last week. So John here is the subject, painted is the verb, the house is the object. Now, in the passive voice, the subject of the sentence receives the action. The house was painted last week. So, the house, which was the object of the active sentence, becomes the subject of the passive sentence. Got it right, children? Did you understand? So, look at the structure of the active voice. So, in the active voice, the structure is subject plus verb plus the object. Okay? So, look at the sentence. John is a subject. Verb, painted. The object is the house. Okay? Look at this here. Structure of the passive voice becomes of the object here. Okay? Then verb and the subject here is hidden. Now the actual sentence here will be the house was painted last week by John. So by John you need not write. So here it will be object plus verb. The subject is you need not write. Okay, is that clear? So the structure of the passive voice is object plus verb plus subject. Look at the second sentence. The science of shipbuilding was known to ancient Indians. Okay, now here there's a passive sentence. So here you are going to change that to active. So what will it be? Ancient Indians knew the science of shipbuilding. Now, next is narrative essay. So children, under grammar and composition, you have narrative essay also under composition. We have already covered grammar, that is degrees of comparison and change of voice. Under composition, we have narrative essay and informal letter. Okay, children, I think it's just to brush your memory. Try to recollect what a narrative essay is. A narrative essay is a type of essay that is a single theme or a central point around which the whole narrative revolves. It talks about a particular event or a series of events. The purpose is to share stories. The task of the writer is to tell the readers about real life experiences and at the same time make a clear point as to why you're telling that particular story. Now, look at the format. The format should include introduction, the plot, the relevant characters, the setting, the climax, and the conclusion. Children, at the same time, see to it that you have some connection between the topic that is given to you and the story. Do not write irrelevant things in your story, something that is not connected with the topic. Okay, always see that there is some connection between the topic given to you and the story that you write. For example, now these are all examples of narrative essays, like a visit to a marketplace or how I spend my summer vacation. Is it clear to you? Remember, children, the format contains your introduction, the plot, the relevant characters, the setting, the climax, and lastly, conclusion. Next is informal letter. Now, informal letters, children, I think you remember to whom you write. Yes, you write these letters to your close friends, family, relatives, etc. Now, you write these letters for giving or for asking advice, suggestions, or information, inviting someone for an occasion, or congratulating somebody, or even for apologizing for something. Is it clear, children? So, you write informal letters to your close friends, family, relatives, etc. Okay? So, look at the format for writing an informal letter. Okay? Remember, it will all be on the left side of the, okay, your page. You have the sender's address, the date, salutation, body, subscription or complementary clause, and finally the name. This is the format for writing an informal letter. Next is, what are the points that you have to remember when you write an informal letter? Look at that. The first one is address. Address should be written on the left-hand side and should be accurate and complete. Okay. Next is the date. Date should be written in expanded form and that too without fail. For example, look at this. Here expanded form is, if you are writing the letter on 19th of July, you should write 19 July 2020. The next is salutation or greeting. Okay, this can be written as dear mom, dear father, etc. The body. The body should contain an introductory paragraph, then the content, and finally the conclusion. The subscription or complementary clause. It should be written as yours affectionately or yours lovingly or your son, your daughter, etc. And finally, while writing yours, there should be no apostrophe. Is that clear, children? Now, so I think I've covered your, whatever exercises we have done, on composition as well as grammar. I think you have understood what has been done. Okay, here is a small activity for you to familiarize with yourself with the pattern that you are going to get in your unit test. Okay, so here, look at the first one. Dogs are the most faithful animals. You're going to change the degree of comparison. And here I've given you 3 options. Okay, you are going to click just the right option. Dogs are the most faithful animals. Your options are, dogs are more faithful than any other animals. Second, all the animals are as faithful as dogs. Third one, dogs are not faithful animals. So children, what is the correct answer? The correct answer is, yes, dogs are more faithful than any other animals. Then second one, Maria is not as intelligent as Sonia. Change the degree of comparison. Okay, now your options are, Sonia is as intelligent as Maria. Sonia is more intelligent than Maria. Maria is more intelligent than Sonia. Yes, children, what's the right answer? Yes, the answer is Sonia is more intelligent than Maria. So click on B. Is that clear, children? The third one, give the order, change the voice. Okay, so your options are, let the order be given. B, don't give the order. C, let not the order be given. So here you're going to change the voice. What is the answer? Your answer is, let the order be given. So children, click on A. Alright, then fourth one. In a narrative essay, there is no need to write the introduction of the topic given. Do you agree or disagree? Again, children, you have a question like this. How do you answer? Here you've got 2 options. One is agree, the other is disagree. So in a narrative essay, there's no need to write the introduction of the topic. Yes, you know it. You have to write the introduction. So what's the answer? It is disagree. So click on disagree. Is that clear, children? Next, fifth one. While writing an informal letter, sender's address is necessary. Write whether the statement is true or false. So, while writing an informal letter, sender's address is necessary, is it not? So, what's the answer? The answer is yes, true. So, click on A. So, children, with this, I think you have understood what the pattern is for your unit test. Okay, so it's just, clicking on the right answer. All right, so I think you have understood what we have done. And in case you have any doubts, you can go through the videos that we've already sent you and also the notes. Okay, children? So, best of luck. Thank you, children.